how are you playing as the Ursa to try and work around what that Venomancer ends up going for?
Okay, so usually the build on a Veno would be like a vessel into more utility items, where there's like a 4-step or a pipe or Heaven's Halberd, even against the Ursa as well. He will be going the utility route for sure. And Ursa, really all you can do is just get all the CS you can, and like level 4, you just gotta retreat to the jungle, honestly. There's not much you can do in this lane.
Look at the triple split. Looking at all these lanes, Hung up against Bob in mid lane. That's one that I wasn't truly expecting. You know, Night Stalker very much one of those off-lane staples, but coming in mid up against this Puck, what makes it a good matchup for him?
He has very high init region, as well as pretty high armor for a melee hero. And honestly, the only problem Night Stalker can have in a game is when he gets bullied out of lane. And the Puck cannot bully a Night Stalker out of lane. He just doesn't have the damage capability to do so. So he'll just get level 6 fast, he'll get a bottle, and he'll probably start moving around the map, make some plays, maybe even on the Venomancer, you know, just to alleviate some pressure from the Ursa.
To see where he is and where he goes with that first night, how active he's going to be.
Yeah. Going to be a big part of this game. Like, he will need to make space for that Ursa because, as we said, he's going to have a rough time. You can already see bot lane is... like, he can't play. You know, he got Galed, he just gets right-clicked. He might even die if he gets tossed back.
Now the Chinese coming over, he's got the toss ready to go. Gets him up in the air, Enryu. Has Gale up in 6 more seconds, but that harassment is quite a bit. He's still got 4 tangos to his name. This is still looking like a bit of a rough lane for him, despite the fact that he is 6-2, and there it is. There's the Venomous Gale once again. And again, the Tiny looking has that toss available, ready to go. So tosses him up into the air, right under the Venomancer. A couple of right clicks come in, but now Enryu looking to finish off that first blood.
You know, maybe?
I think he's holding it. He's trying to time the deny, and it will be the Tiny who takes first blood. Datbb ends up giving it up. So we talked about the struggles that Ursa could have, and they're apparent already.
Yeah. It's one of the worst lanes in the entire game for him. There's not much you can do. I'm very surprised they showed the Ursa so early in the draft, to be honest. I think they could have held that like one more pick. But, I mean, they have their own ideas, obviously, how this game should go. So.
Puck already 17-0.
Yeah.
Puck's having a great time.
I mean, Puck will definitely free farm in his lane, but all Night Stalker really wants is his levels and, you know, his bottle, his boots, just so he can start running around. Because come nighttime, Night Stalker actually is a big threat to the Puck with that silence that lasts for 5 seconds on level 1. One of his biggest enemies. Because even the duels doesn't help against it.
Yeah, and much more so a nuisance when he's getting solo experience. Mid, you're getting a little bit more of a priority than, say, in the off lane, where sometimes that first night feels a little bit lackluster, but here he should be able to do something with it. He's already level 4. He's working towards that level 5. Things looking like, you know, they could set up for Night Stalker to be a bit more active. Maybe we'd see him from the...
Yeah, definitely. You just have much more levels to work with. Top lane, we can see Juggernaut struggling a little bit. I still feel like he would just be free farming on a troll.
Zenki, yeah, Hustla under there for just a split second under the tier 1 tower, but a decay and then just Palos fainting going over is enough to push him back.
Yeah. Also holding a skill point, he might potentially put down a tombstone if necessary. But most people would just go 2 levels of soul whip at this point just to give you a carry a good lane.
Oh. Bottom, double damage picked up by Bombi. Tiny now, he might be in some trouble. Throws the avalanche out, the right clicks in from Bombi to get a kill there onto Samael.
Be careful here in the Puck.
He's got the mana to
It's not a good trade
at all. He does have a mango. That's a problem. The double damage doing quite a bit. The illusory orb over Bombi, phase shift.
I'm not sure what the Puck is trying to do. They look quite funny. Well, now you just need to go back to base. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. But as you can see, Bombi, he knows the limits of the hero very, very well.
Yeah. Does he stay mid just because the, now he get the refill from the Tiny?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets the refill from the Tiny, and then you got 20 seconds until bounty runes are available anyway, so you can get that bottle fill once again.
But also nighttime coming up. It's going to be scary, scary nighttime.
Yeah, 10 seconds till the nighttime hits, and you've got a Night Stalker who's getting really close to level 6. He actually hasn't taken the crippling fear at all.
Yeah, he'll probably take it at 6, I would imagine. Hopefully, because without that, you're not much of a threat on the map against Juggernaut as well as Puck. We'll see what he goes into. You can see now he's starting to be very aggressive on the Puck. And another bottle refill. Yeah, he really needs that at this point.
Another TP over towards mid, this time by Zenki, and he fills up the bottle above.
That's where I, as a mid laner, I'm just like, oh man, can you just play this lane 1v1, bro? Like, what is your problem? Keeps getting his bottle refilled. And he chooses the silence. Doesn't get enough time now. Close. If he gets a silence, there's a real possibility for a kill.
Bob, though, still CSing really well. Now the right click's coming out on a Bob. He's got the illusory orb jump back already out of that bottle. Again, he is taking plenty of sips. And then bottom lane, Enryu, one more shot to his head, but under the tower is Bombi. He falls. And it looks like they'll at least get a trade in time.
Proper rotation to try to alleviate some pressure from the Ursa, which almost killed the Venomancer as well, barely lived. But you know, this is really like what you gotta do. Because the winning condition in the end is the Ursa. You want him to have a decent game at least, so he can go to the jungle and just farm up. And honestly, he's not having the worst time.
But he's very green onto the top lane. They'll go for the Clockwerk. Just about dead. Hustla on the run, and one more shot to the tower.
Yeah.
Will take him out. He knew he was dead to rights, but Zenki now getting chased by Hung. Hung goes under the tier 1. You know that the puck just TP towards top. Zenki, he'll try to survive, has the sword. Takes a lot of time from this Night Stalker, but at the end of the day, it's still worth it, and he'll get the kill.
Oh, he's losing the courier to the tower.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Man.
Always nice to lose that courier. B, though, once again, struggling with the aggression that's coming out bottom.
Yeah. Still doing better than yesterday. So I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. Night Stalker trying to rotate bottom as well, but doesn't really find anything. It's really hard to rotate without TPs, honestly, because there's always going to be a ward on you. Maybe you need to get smoked up by the support as well.
Comes over, they look for those Phoenix. Illusory orb in, Bombi dead again. Hung is over here. They don't want to give up this tombstone, so Zenki's trying to get the time. But now, you've got the Tiny coming over. The ally from the top, ramps up the puck. Hung will throw the silence onto all three. Give chase for a moment, but here comes the Ursa. He's rotated. Does not feel worth it for Datbb, unless they get something out of it.
It doesn't feel worth it, but do you want to go back to the Venomancer lane? Also no. So he probably will just try to go top lane now, start to the tower. Coil here on the Clockwerk again.
Coil by double. Get some distance. Now the Venomancer's coming with a venomous scale hitting onto Hung. There's that crippling fear around him, but it's not enough to scare the side of Vice away.
Good rotation from the Venomancer. Gives a lot of time for the Phoenix bot lane now. Oh, he's going aggressive on the Juggernaut. He's double here.
Palos, profit hold is enough.
Wow, he just gets sniped. So good. And he just TP'd down there, I believe, right? He did. So his TP's on cooldown.
It's the long walk.
Yeah, a walk of shame. Profit ulted in your face.
Profit going for that first item orchid, so they're looking for multiple silences to try and deal with the slippiness of this puck.
Yep.
Make sure that he's not able to lose your orb away from you. If you can get control of the puck, it could be a problem. Yeah, now they've got the crippling fear. He'll look for the illusory orb, but he's silenced, so he can't jaunt over to it. Trying to shoot through the trees. Gets over to the side for a second. Now has the patience, has illusory orb for a second, but not in time. Bob ends up in the Hung. Night Stalker and Ursa combining. Datbb involved in one. And you know, that's the switch going up towards top. Had a struggle of a lane over bottom. 496, they're up a K.
Yeah. I mean, now we can really see why 496 is very well respected in this scene as well, in SEA. They're just so aggressive. I think they're the most aggressive SEA out of all the upper division teams. They're just always in their face, you know? They're always trying to make plays happen. You see, you try to back the tower here. Toss to the Juggernaut.
And the toss right to the kill. They're also bringing over Bob again.
Got a coil if necessary, but probably won't need it.
Yeah, illusory orb and then the finish. Bob gets the kill. Holding that dream coil, I guess maybe if there's like retaliation from 496 using it on the Clockwerk. It's gotten you a couple of kills, but do you really want to be throwing you out all the time just for that clock?
Yeah, it kind of feels like a waste when the Night Stalker and Ursa as well as Prophet are just like running around like mad people. Definitely gotta hold it a little bit. Might be in the pick on the Phoenix here. Nope. Just pushing out the wave. Phoenix is level 6 soon. Actually, just got 6. Was it level 10, minute 10 outpost?
And now look at the shot from Hustla. Their hands around onto the Enryu Venomancer very quickly. This is super easy, but this is Bombed on it. I think Bob, if he just does that right click instead of going away with the illusory orb, they can take out the supernova. It was one shot to the dead. Recoil, they'll get the kill to Bombi. Finally, they find something in return. Hung's trying to get on top of Bob with the silence. Illusory orb, though, on cooldown for another 4 seconds. And this is a bit of a problem now into the tower. Omni Slash finishes, survives the illusory orb, but the Void is in time, and now he's over the trees. Palos can control Hung. Just able to fly
Dire's
away.
middle tower is under attack.
And the lead is
Radiant's
just
middle tower
jumping.
is under
3K
attack.
now for 496.
Yeah, and all that space for the Ursa. He's almost back at the top of the net worth. Going for his Battle Fury, only needs 2,000 more to have it. And we spoke about that bad matchup. Juggernaut does not match up well against the Ursa.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Ursa, who's recovering quite well after such a difficult lane up against the Venomancer, must feel good to get that space, and 496 did a very good job of opening that space.
Yeah, this puck is going to have a really, really brutal game. Only 70 gold more for the Prophet to finish his Orchid. When he plays against a Night Stalker and an Orchid, it's just going to be so hard for him to do anything. He's so low on the network. Going for the blink first, but until you get the duel, you're in trouble.
496. Palos already sitting literally low. Chuckers out on He did just use that. Silence out on the Juggernaut. Orchid showing up. Palos and Enryu are both gone.
Radiant's bottom tower is
and
under
the power
attack.
of this early Orchid. 3 minutes 12, you know, coil here on 3 maybe.
But it's into the silence. Hung still low. Decay on the 2. Emperor's dive over. They've got the silence on a bomb. He's trying to run. Stabs the phase shift. But it's not enough to survive. And Phoenix, with 20 health remaining, just escapes death. Meanwhile, Hung, he's not so lucky. We've got both Zenki and Samael kill off this Night Stalker.
Yeah, they ended up killing the Night Stalker still. He overstayed his welcome a little bit, but why did he toss his puck into 2 silences? Like, he just killed his puck, basically.
Yeah.
He had a very good 2-man coil there. They would have just gotten those kills with no problem, but instead, it's like a little bit of a disaster for this puck.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And over to the Jug, who's kind of keeping that Enryu had a decent lane, is now dealing with the repercussions of getting aggressed on by 496. Down, Bob has to lose a reorg away. Bombi pops, but doesn't really connect with anybody.
Had to use it. It was too low. The puck wasn't going to kill him. So that's a cooldown.
Dire's middle tower is
Getting the
under
mid tower
attack.
now as well in the Ursa. He's very close to his battlefield already. Just needs one more component.
Dire's
And he's
middle
ahead of the
tower
Juggernaut, but
has
quite a bit.
fallen.
And he's starting to really pull away.
Yep. As well as his Prophet, he's really rich. 6k network already. And that's what I really like about the 496 team. You know, the mid laner oftentimes just transitions into ore. We see nighttime here. Top lane.
Going after Samael as he's trying to run with the Tiny. I don't think he's getting away from this one. He can run, but at this point in the nighttime, you can't hide. So they'll chase him. They've got the Orchid, and they have the damage. Another one. Right towards Bob once again. Really want to just keep harassing the puck. And he has struggled with these silences. That Orchid timing has been really beneficial for the Nature's Prophet.
Dire
For
are
sure.
scanning.
I mean, playing against an early Orchid with a struggling puck is always a big, big mess. Simply because the only tool you have is the duels, but you always want to get your blink before the duels. So it's still probably 10, maybe even 15
Radiant's
minutes
middle
until he
tower
gets
is under attack.
his duels up. He found an illusion rune though, which is basically
Dire's
a Manta
top
style,
tower
so he
is
can
under
purge off
attack.
that Orchid now. A single time only, of course. One use. They're trying to pressure the bot tower. They don't have egg, they don't have nighttime, so they probably have to forfeit the mid tower.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower
they just look
is
at the
under
farm up on
attack.
the side lane. They're actually smoking down there.
And they're up by quite a bit. I know they don't have the Supernova, but it's up in 20 seconds. They have Rapid
Radiant's
Nature.
bottom
They
tower
extend it by long enough. Maybe it goes their way.
Dire's top tower is under
Phoenix
attack.
will try to survive. Bombi dead again. However, Enryu, he falls.
Yeah, he got found out by the Clockwerk again. And Ursa makes quick work of him.
Dire's top tower is
I
under
mean,
attack.
don't get me wrong, Veno is great against Ursa, but if he's on top of you, he will shred you.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be this rich. But he is. They're pulling away with their lead.
Didn't exactly keep checks on him. Once he left that bottom lane, it felt like the game was a lot more free. Bottom lane, though, Hustla, dying a Bob,
Dire's
Res in
middle
on
tower
it.
is under attack.
3 heroes ready to chase, but he'll TP away.
Yep. And it's nighttime once again. Now Night Stalker is very scary again. He went for Blink Dagger first, actually. Now the puck really doesn't want to play Dota anymore. Just all about the silences. Jug has been found out here, Prophet TPing in.
Blaze Fury, they've got the silence.
Sprout blocked him out a bit.
Pulling Blade to get out of the Sprout, yeah.
The TP was a bit premature. You should wait for the Night Stalker to silence him first and let him initiate first. But it's okay. Small mistakes happen. They're looking for the puck again. Bob is about to TP in.
Want to go for Bob. They've got Datbb here with Hung. Prophet goes up a little bit high. You've got Sprout keeps him out of the trees. They got the silence. They'll get the kill. Bob CS well on the lane. And now nice in trouble in the game. The hook shot stops. Zenki is a TP, and they got themselves two. So 4-9-6. Just the fluid motions around the map. It has been impressive.
Be careful if the Prophet gets the silence on him.
He also Blade Fury, but I don't think he gets out of this. This is going to end. They've got the silence. They'll get the kill to Palos. He's dead for 34. It's top to bottom to mid, back to bottom. They're just moving all over the place.
Yeah, this is the strength of this mid Night Stalker. He's finding the Tiny here as well. Who has a Blink Dagger, but as we spoke about it before, they're too tanky on the Radiant side. He can't burst anyone.
Yeah.
They have 2 Blink Daggers now though, so if they make something happen, it has to be now.
Been found out. Just like throw a supernova right in that area of the map if they go for a fight near this tower.
Bombi in a perfect position here though. The egg on the high ground there could be very devastating for the Dire side if they manage to get a team fight over there.
Yeah, I don't think they end up seeing it or being able to see it in time to blow it up.
Yeah, I mean if the egg is there, you're gonna be wondering where is this coming from. And yeah, you're more likely to get stunned. Another hook shot on the puck. All got red with the orchid. How many deaths is that now? 5 deaths already.
They've just dealt with Bob perfectly.
Yeah, they have perfect heals against it and they executed it perfectly every time. And they itemize also to just, you know, kill this Jug, kill this puck before they do anything. This Jug also going for the Battle Fury first, not the Manta, so he's in big trouble too.
He's already minutes behind the Ursa on Battle Fury.
Yep.
Scale, and there's the rocket flare. Hook shot on cooldown for another 25, so won't have that long range initiation. If that program they do the Blink Dagger of the Night Stalker when it's available. Blink, silence, also kind of a chaotic device.
Yep. Night time up in 30. This is when they really want to start pressing the issue again. Bot tower gets killed by 3ends. They're invading the triangle, stealing their stack as well. Trying to stack it once more for more efficiency, and they get it. Nice. Good triple stack. But this is so bad if you're Dire. Getting your stack stolen, you know, you can't go anywhere on the map. You see, they're invading the enemy triangle now just because it's the only safe place right now. They can't play on their own side of the map anymore.
We continue farm.
Yep. Very rich now. 9k network already. Prophet also 9k network. He's filthy rich. 700 gold to his BKB. Once that BKB is up, they really have almost no way to deal with him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And then look at this, they're already pressing. Hung is looking to dive the tier 2. He's ready to go if anybody's even slightly out of position. 4-9-6, they're playing aggressive. They want to jump. They got the hook shot. Enryu again caught by that hook. And again, take it out into his life.
Yep.
Radiant's current.
Trying to come the mid lane so they can't get the tower at least, but they're no stuff against them. Okay. Good job by the Tiny. At least they're protecting the tower. But the Juggernaut has to be careful.
Jug.
If you get silenced.
Out of sight, out of mind. But they're coming top, they're going for Bob, they've got the crippling fear. However, he's ready this time with the blink.
Radiant's
They're still chasing. He's going to cancel it.
Yeah, they're going to find him. They've got the void, they'll stop the TP. Bob now hit with that silence from the Orchid. The right clicks are in. Maybe with Blink Dagger, but it's not going to matter. Now, Bombi. He's taking some damage, but they've got Datbb putting some in Aegis.
Yeah.
So while all that's happening, they're going after Ursa, get captives all over the map, and they have really capitalized on their movements. Up now 12k just 19 minutes into the game. Man, this has been perfect play from 4-9-6. I feel like I can't praise enough, and I don't want to sound like I'm just all on 4-9-6, but they've played the game that way. They've played it right through every section of the game so far.
Yep, I mean the relentless aggression from this team is always the talking point of this team. It's always driving
and tosses him to the Venomancer. That helps him get away. Venomancer thrown on the hustle. Hook shot, and he will.
5, gets himself at least one on Hustla, and maybe a second Dreamcore committee to go onto the Phoenix and finish on Bombi. A double kill for Bob, but that is a 2 for 4 with a very good fight once again from 496.
Yep, and they were completely without the Night Stalker. He was just farming up 400 gold to his BKB. Prophet already has his BKB, almost a Hyperstone up on him. They're just making such good use of the map, and they're just like choking them out. They just have no place to go. There's Juggernaut, 8k net worth, Battle Fury only. Puck with his gold infusion from those 2 kills almost has his use at least, but against his BKB Night Stalker it won't do anything. You can't use yourself out of that.
Radiant's middle tower
So take a look
is
at this
under
replay
attack.
once again. They went after Hustla. They went in a little bit too far. Hustla not doing that much damage. He's ready to commit. Going with the hook shot. They got great placed tombstone as well from Zenki, but it's just not enough. That tombstone just being so far behind at this point of the game, it's not going to matter. Hustla focuses his attention on that. The sword keeps it alive for 1 more second. But at that point, you've already lost 4, and Bob just trying to find a way to really get something out of that. And he does get 2 kills, that's all right for him, but overall, Vice, that is not a fight that
Dire's
they're
middle
even
tower is under attack.
And it's a very good gold infusion for him. As you said, now he has a dual scepter. The Prophet won't be able to kill him anymore, but the Night Stalker will. And honestly, the only way now for Dire to really come back is Jug needs to get very rich, and they need an Aghanim Scepter on the Puck to deal with the BKBs. That's really the only way right now. But it's gonna be tough to get there.
Found Bob again. Crowd around him, fading him. Ursa for the jump. Toss, that's it. Bombi, they've got the Sunray on top of Bombi. Still dead, crippling fear, and just surviving with the TP away, but Enryu, he's dead to Datbb, who's still holding on to the Aegis, has that BKB, going for the Blink Dagger next. Just down their throat
Dire's middle tower
Solo
is
killed
under
the
attack. Dire's
Venomancer.
middle tower
How the tables
has
have
fallen.
turned, huh? Who's the bully now?
Radiant's bottom tower
very
is
much
under attack.
the Ursa.
Very much the Ursa indeed. They're probably just gonna wait till nighttime until they pressure the high ground, which is 1 minute out from now. Undying trying to cut waves top. This just looks like a little feed though.
Spotted, Jug is here. They bring over red. They're going to focus their attention on Zenki. Now look the other way to maybe get a kill onto the Jug, but off this Undying takes just that much longer for hunghung to finish off Zenki. Now it's unstoppable.
Yep, 7 This Phoenix, he has a hood on his way to a Lotus Orb. He's almost unkillable. You know, all they have on Dire at this point is magic damage, and he has a hood on Phoenix, 1700 health. It's just incredibly tough to even kill the supports. What about a Clockwerk? His Glimmer Cape, which is basically a hood if he glimmers himself, and the dual scepter. They are all so incredibly rich.
They really are. And thrown out as well as the poison over. They've got the Stalker red, ready to go. Sprout, Orchid, and the damage onto the Veno is enough. Datbb with another kill and holding on to that Aegis still.
Yep.
Radiant's
I
bottom tower
think
is
they
under
might
attack.
want to go high ground soon. Clock TPing top actually try to catch the Tiny. He got him with the hook shot.
Hook shot comes through. Tiny in trouble. Yeah. Fills up the avalanche, but Rich zoomed in on the fight. So they have the damage and another kill now, 29 to 12. They've set up an 18k lead, and Nature's Prophet, he's also gone into the Blink Dagger. So
Yeah.
he's looking to close the distance, make sure Puck blinks away. I'm right there with you. I've got the Orchid. That feels like it's just to stay on top of
Radiant's
anybody who's going to try and
bottom
blink
tower
away.
is under attack.
Very much so. This is like a
Radiant
complete
structures
snowball
are
item build.
fortified.
And yeah, I mean, I love the way they're itemizing. It's almost perfect with the position they're in the game right now.
Bob harassed.
Yeah, but really, like, Dire has to get out of the base right now. Of course, Puck is the one who's pushing out side lanes, but his Juggernaut is not getting much farm. He needs to be the one, you know, that gets like the most of the gold of the Dire team, but he's just not finding much. Still, not even doesn't even have his Manta Star yet.
And maybe Prophet win for the short.
Yeah,
Essentially,
nighttime.
Hustla looking for Zenki, trying to run down the trees, but
Juggernaut.
Hustla changes his target. Now they've got the crippling fear hung on top of him. They get the kill on the Palos. They look over at Zenki. They'll chase this Undying. Zenki gonna run. He's not gonna be able to hide. He's dead again. Sunray on Enryu. They are all over these heroes, all over the map. Here comes Red. He's using that TP with the
right clicks, has the Sprout, gets the kill, 20k lead for 496. It's not the most global lineup, but they are moving around the map like they have Nature's Prophet and Storm just ready to go with like a recall. It just feels like they have such a global presence, and it's really outstanding, and they've played everything right. For Vice, though, like you said, they got to get out on the map. They have to find some farm. They're just going to fall further and further behind if they just are corralled into those steps and onto the base.
Yeah, but it is so scary to go out of your base against a Night Stalker who has a problem. And Clockwerk, there's so much long distance initiation, you know, like you've seen it here. The Juggernaut just pushed out like 2 waves, you know, instantly just gets killed. Yeah. Absolutely obliterated. And I mean, at this point, honestly, it seems like an unwinnable game. They will just have to wait for mistakes from the Radiant side.
Again, hook shot, now the Sprout around him. He tries to get away, but he can't. Buyback available. Just 49 seconds before Zenki commits the buyback. They get the kill on the Zenki. They look for the Supernova. It's right on top of the base, in between the tier 3s and the tier 4s on the dire side. Jump back. You've already bought back on the Undying. You're trying to hold it on Palos as much as possible because he still wants that Manta. He needs to have some sort of economy to back up this Jug. You've got a Basher picked up by the Ursa, and they're taking your top tier 3 as well as that set of racks. Toss. It's a kill, so it's worth something for them, but now they got to get a little bit more. They need to make them pay for this. Red goes in deep, he blinks away, trying to take his life with him, pops the BKB, goes for the TP, and they just don't have anything that can do this Nature's Prophet. However, they go for the Phoenix, they got the silence on top of him. Here the Lacan turns around, popped it again. Palos trying to at least get something. Bombi gone, but with Jug alive once again, he falls just as quickly. And he's gonna die. Zenki will join him in the grave. 3 heroes in on the side of Vice, making 8-4, 7 kills for Bombi. This is looking like it's potentially the end for Vice in game 1.
Yeah, it's been a brutal beatdown ever since that first nighttime started. You know, there's just so much aggression all around the map, over and over again, and Vice never really managed to deal with it, you know, like the only way you deal with it is having numbers in position before it happens. Yeah. But they were just not able to get a read on 496's gameplay at all. Like I said it before, 496 is notorious for their aggression, and you can see in this game why. They're so good, they're so fast, they will punish your mistakes immediately. This is also why they've had such a flawless or rather qualified run. So because it's so hard to deal with this. You know, like what do you do at this point? You can't go out on the map anymore at all.
It's their style of play, but it almost feels like maybe Vice weren't expecting such aggression. Yeah. It was like Night Stalker hit that 6 and that was go time. Yeah. It's so early in the game. And I especially think that the fact that Nature's Prophet got that early orchid and was able to move around the map and harass Bob, really make his game almost impossible to play.
In Ursa, we spoke about had a early 10 minutes or so, but then after the team has made so much space for him.
There they go again, looking for Samael. Yep. Get 4 staff back, now they go for the racks. Next. BKB, Datbb, focuses on the train. Goes down the 2 his life. They get the kill to this Undying. They'll look for more trying to get off these stairs. Sprout around this puck. They'll stop that Yules with the nullifier. Enryu is avoided by Datbb. Kills off Palos again, and GG is called by Vice. 496 will take game 1. And they just go into the well and finish off the entire team.
Yep, I am not gonna lie. The last time I've seen a 40k gold difference in 29 minutes